Hey everyone, welcome back to Realty by Enrique Torres. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Southern California working with Christie's International Real Estate. My mission is simple here. We're doing this podcast to help you do real insights, real strategies, and real estate made simple. I'm here to teach you how to build wealth through homeownership and smart investing, not just someday, but starting now. Before we get into today's topic, stop waiting, start building. Let's do a quick market recap. As of late October or early October, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is about 6.35, which is trending in an upwards direction. They were going down, but the Federal Reserve has had to do a little bit of adjustments there. Right now, pending home sales jumped about 4% in September, showing the buyer confidence is still strong. New home sales just hit a 3-year all-time high with continued incentives from the builders. Bottom line, the market isn't slowing down; it's adjusting. So we have to get ready for that, guys. And let's start talking about why. Let's start talking about a big question that I get all the time: is when is the perfect time to buy a house? Myth number one: the if you wait if you wait for the market to drop, there's two things that happen. One, home prices still appreciate in almost every area. Real estate is the number one investment that really helps you have your ROI, which is return on your investment. Two, interest rates move. When interest rates move, just 1% can increase your monthly payment by hundreds of dollars. So while people wait for the mythical crash, they're actually losing buying power. Now let's be real. Buying a home is a big step, you guys, but renting is even more expensive because over the years, your monthly payment of rent goes up, right? As in when you have a 30-year fixed adjustable rate, you know that your payment's going to be the exact same every single month unless you do a modification, which is you do a rate and term or you do a refinance and you can take out that equity that you've already started building for yourself. Now, a real life success story. I helped this a couple in California. They're both two teachers. We found them a program through the teacher. There's special programs for teachers, first responders, police, and all that type of niche of work. And we ended up finding them a really good program that we found. We also found them a house in their budget. And they bought this house in early 2024. Over that year, their home increased by $40,000. So in that time, they were able to start making their investment work for themselves, right? And now we just refinanced them out of that one. We're starting to rent it. It's going on lease probably at the end of this month, and we're going to start looking them for a condo. I mean, for another investment home that they're going to also live in, and it's bigger. So now they have two properties in a matter of 2 years. Um, if they had waited, the same house would have cost them double the price with a higher monthly, and they would have had that equity. That's why I always tell my clients, you don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait. Now, what the wealthy know, right? And this is stuff that you guys can do too. Let's shift gears because while some people are waiting, others are winning. And let's talk about how the wealthy approach real estate. Because I find they have these little things that people are scared of that people sometimes aren't told. And here's a cheat code that they use every day, right? Mind shift. They ask why. How will the property work for me tomorrow? They don't ask when I can get in. They try to figure out how to get in. Leverage. They use the bank's money, right? Because an FHA is a backed up loan that the government gives you money to buy and purchase a home. Cash flow. There's duplexes, there's triplexes, there's fourplexes that you can start renting out, and you can start using that rental income to help you qualify for other stuff in the future. For example, if you buy a fourplex, you rent them out each for, let's say, $2,000, and then you live in one of them. So over time, you start using those $2,000 for the other three units that you have rented out start becoming income for your next investment. And on top of that, you have where you are normally work at, right? So your DTI, your debt to income, has a little bit more flexibility. There's also equity recycling, right? Like I mentioned, they pull equity from one property and they buy the next, creating a compound cycle of growth, right? I always say compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, you guys. And there's huge tax advantages, right? They know how to use depreciation and 1031 exchanges to keep them to keep a 1031 exchange to keep more of their gains, right? Because it's all about having how to play with the money so you don't trigger certain stuff, or you don't trigger a certain um, tax where they tax you for your gains, right? This is an investor story that I want to share with you guys from a duplex portfolio. One of my clients started small, modest duplex in North Hollywood. He lived in it, like I mentioned, and rented out the other ones. The rent covered half of his mortgage. After 3 years, around 3 years approximately, it nearly grew in $150,000 worth of equity. He finally refinanced. We used that equity, and we started recycling the money right within there. And we did 1031s exchanges so he doesn't get hit in that tax bracket. Um, he didn't wait for the perfect time, you guys. There's no perfect time. The perfect time to get into the market is when you can afford to get in, right? And let that time start working for you. One of the biggest examples that I like to use too is it's like a bucket of water, right? And every single drop, every single payment that you do is adding like a drop of water. Eventually that bucket will fill up over time, right? So that's one thing. And that's the power of real estate, you guys. When used intentionally, it can take you far. Remember, we say real estate is a vehicle that when used correctly, it can give you generational wealth. Part three, what you can do right now, guys. This is what we can do right now. If you're thinking, Enrique, I just want to start, but I don't know where to begin, here's my advice. Let's get you pre-qualified. Let's get you down and let's sit down in front of my lender. We'll figure out where you are at right now in the moment. We can explore creative options. There's FHA, there's ITIN, there's down payment assistance, there's local grants. There's a lot of stuff that can really help you achieve that home ownership goal. The third thing is think long term, guys. Your first home that you buy isn't your forever home. Nobody starts off like that unless you're building it from the ground up, right? And that's a different story. But especially when you're starting off, you have to think that this is your first home, and there's still normally 3 more after that if you start small, where we can do a condos, then we go to a townhouse, then we go to a full single family residence. And then find your trusted team, you guys. That's super important. It's important to have a good agent, a good lender, an advisor who sees your potential and not just your paperwork, right? Because you want to be able to feel that you're being held. We're going to hold your hand. And this is what I tell my clients. I'm going to hold your hand up until the days that I give you the keys. And even after that, when I'm done giving you the keys, I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to make sure that you're doing your homeowner's checklist guide, right? Because it's not just buying a home. There's so many things after that come with it that you need to be prepared of, right? You need to pay your supplemental property tax bills and all that stuff. So here are my final thoughts. Waiting feels safe, but safety isn't always the right answer, guys. Action's going to make you and us, like I said, mind shift, right? You got to shift that mentality. You got to put yourself out there. You got to want it. Every homeowner I've worked with says the same thing. I wish I had started sooner. We all wish we had started sooner, right? And that's a big thing, because time is money, especially in real estate, So whether it's your first home, your investment home, your third home, start when you can take advantage of the system and start making the system work for you. Because the truth is, you don't need to be rich to buy real estate. You just need to know and how to navigate that market that sometimes could be a little bit scary. But with a good team behind you, you will get there. I promise, guys. And again, thank you guys for staying tuned. We appreciate your guys' time and efforts. If there's anything that resonated with you, comment below. I'll answer any questions that you do. Maybe next episode we'll do a Q&A with live comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're here for you guys. If there's any question you guys can DM me personally. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on TikTok. And give me a ring. My phone number is going to be on screen right here. And I'm always available for a conversation. I'm always here for your friend. It's your friendly neighborhood realtor, Enrique Torres. I'll catch you on the next one.